Hey there, partner. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be starting the show real soon, so go ahead and grab some popcorn, stare up into the stars, and imagine the horrors that exist beyond our comprehension. This is Scare by Scare.
All right, let's take a step back. Oh, we're behind the three-point line. We're ready to set it up and dunk it.
Welcome to our basketball podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of many.
Oh God.
Of Scare by Scare. I'm your ghostess with the mostest.
Yes, you are.
Quick appeal takeover. I'm too funny.
No, you have to pass the ball.
Nope, I don't have the ball. There's no ball over here.
I'm your ghost with the most.
No, stuck with it.
Last name, and I'm gonna push this block over to my guy Marshall.
Hey, it's me. I'm Marshall. Welcome to the podcast. This is not episode 1. It's
I
didn't
say it was episode 1. I said it was episode 1 of many.
So this is the episode where we interrupt each other again.
Yeah.
Well, only I could tell Marshall was about to slander me.
I mean, I slander
and
everybody.
it would be warranted.
Yeah.
He has a warrant.
Speaking of warrants, Trace, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Trace, your other host. I have a warrant out for my arrest in 37 states and 2 countries.
Oh my God. So, Jobe, what do we watch
And I'm your
this week?
hostess with the mostest.
Hey, I just want to take a moment to apologize for interrupting earlier. I don't know what came over me, and I know you said you were cool with it, but I get the feeling that you aren't actually cool with it. So I really just want to clear the air before we start.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Jobe.
We watched Scooby-Doo from
Yeah, we did.
2002, starring Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, I'm sorry to say. Listen, I'm going to put it out there in the world. I think we can all agree. This is a good movie. We all love it.
Yeah. Oh,
It's quotable. The CG does not hold up. It gives Spy Kids 3D.
There's some parts where it's real bad, but some parts are not terrible.
It happens. It's not really. It's dated. You can say, hey, look, this was when they were hip as fuck in 2000. No one's saying skibbity toilet or gyat nowadays, or they are saying it nowadays. And not saying it back then.
They're not saying it then a days.
You know, the reason I think Scooby-Doo is so good is nobody says skibbity toilet.
It's a good basis to go off of the movie.
Listen, we all grew up. I mean, at least I did. I didn't know how y'all grew up.
Haven't.
You Peter Pan over there.
Yeah,
well, I grew up watching Scooby-Doo, and there was like the kids Scooby-Doo one, the fucking Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated with like the Crystal Cove or whatever it is, like the recurring storyline. What else? That's it. That's all I got. The older one.
Done.
Scooby-Doo.
You know, everyone had like a couple of movies.
Scrappy 2.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo and the Boo Brothers.
Scooby-Doo and Guess Who.
Scooby-Doo and Batman and Robin.
A pup named Scooby-Doo is the kid one. That one kicked ass.
That's the one. But like everyone at home, I feel like had like at least 1 or 2 like random Scooby-Doo movies. Like I had Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster, which was great because they get there and everyone's Scottish, and I'm going to kill my cat. You know what he did today? He was like scratching at the fucking wall. He's like this, and then he like jumped up the like wall like a good like 6 feet. Like if my face was there, I'd be dead. he could have killed me with the poison in his claws.
He excretes a toxin.
Yeah, well, it's for self-defense.
Yeah.
Because on his planet, it's very dangerous. So he needs to be able to defend himself with just his little claws.
It's true.
Hey, real quick, who plays Daphne in this movie?
Michelle Gellar. No.
Yeah, Buffy the you're right. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, not
she...
Michelle Gellar.
Sorry,
That's what it was. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Okay. Are her and Freddie Prinze still married?
I think so, yeah.
Absolute bunkers.
Freddie Prinze Jr. also voiced Kanan Jarrus in Star Wars Rebels.
True.
Shout out Star Wars fans. And he's a big nerd for that.
Yeah.
Everyone in this movie, the main cast, I feel like they've gone on to do pretty good things. Freddie Prinze Jr. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Shaggy was in FNAF. I feel like he was also in Scream. Was that before?
Yes, it was before. It was before, but he was in Scream.
But he did like the Shaggy voice, like right? Like,
yeah, I think
for a while at least. Yeah. I think more recently he hasn't though.
Was recently in the Green Book. I remember she played the Italian.
She was in a lot of Marvel movies too that had to do with because she plays Hawkeye's wife in that. In that universe.
Doesn't she get yoinked? Shout out to anyone that hasn't seen it because I just spoiled something for you.
Shout out to getting yoinked. Happened to be behind a bus stop.
Okay. She was also in The Conjuring.
I mean, yeah, Rowan Atkinson's there. He's famous. Mr. Bean played at the Olympics.
True. Isla Fisher.
Played the piano. Isla Fisher. Everyone knows Isla.
Sugar Ray.
Like, this is pretty much, if you're in Scooby-Doo, you've got it made big time, right? It's like the Marvel of back then, right?
It's true.
Yeah, except, people fell off of Marvel eventually, but Scooby-Doo, man,
I mean,
still holding strong.
It's like Freddie Prinze Jr. once said, what's not to like? It's a talking dog, right?
It's a movie about a talking dog.
Like, what's not to like about it?
He said, me, the many faces of Fred Joan.
I love the interviews they have for this movie. It's just so good. I think
the thing that works for Scooby-Doo is
the dog.
Each episode, first off, the TV episodes, they're not like super deep, really. They're just going about their business and then solving crimes. That's it. And it's funny and it's a good mystery usually half the time. In the movies, the same fucking way. It's not super deep. They just have to learn to be a team. I'm gonna kill a cat. Hey, dude, enough of your business.
So, the movie opens. We're at a scary factory, and I think one of the first things you hear is a crazed laugh, and then you hear Sarah Michelle Gellar just going, "Oh, oh." So we're on
your parents
a
listen to
great
this.
Start. Yeah, they do. They're gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh, I had no idea he had such a good. I had no idea he was such a boner.
How did you do that? That's my boy."
My dad's gonna put a hand on my shoulder and just be like, "Good on you, boy," and like give me a slug on the chin.
Really hard.
So we open on a typical Scooby-Doo scenario. Daphne's getting kidnapped by a ghost. Fred's got a plan or a trap that he's going to use. Velma's just kind of smart at everyone. When Scooby and Shaggy are the bait. Yeah, well, she doesn't want to motorboat Pamela Anderson. I do.
You don't know that. I bet Linda Cardellini loves it.
Anderson.
Yeah, we will.
And as I go through here, just like quick, give me shout outs as we go, but like tell me things that are very early 2000s. I'll start. Skateboarding. A rad skateboarding chase scene. That is peak 2000s.
Don't they? No, they snowboard in the second one. Or like snowboard in parentheses.
Yeah.
Going down the mountain. It's like Shaggy and Scooby chased by the little one-eyed fucks.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. And then he has the cool look. Oh god, he's got the cool jousting scene in that too.
Yeah, with the Black Knight.
Yep. So good.
I don't know. The best part of the second one is just where's rookies?
I mean, the best part of this one is
Dude, no, I'm sorry. Best part of this one has to be Melvin, do.
Nah, Scooby.
Scooby.
I don't know,
And then-
because
And then the throwback at the end where I need Scooby Doo's soul. What about Melvin Doo's
the
soul?
callback. No, but the
Okay, wait.
how's it going, dog? And dog, reaping it real. It's just all so good.
But the bitch was like,
Golden
later on. Okay.
So
All right, so
look at
Scooby and
myself
Shaggy, they're
naked.
skateboarding away from a cool ghost until eventually they all collapse in like Barbie dolls or Ken dolls or some sort of dolls. And then Pamela Anderson drives the mystery machine through a door and
door.
want to motorboat Pamela Anderson.
God damn it.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
the ghost is revealed to be a janitor who wants to motorboat Pamela Anderson.
What's
but,
his name?
He wouldn't have gotten away
It's
with
Old Man Smithers.
the,
Old Man Smithers.
the creepy janitor.
I
I've
loved you.
always loved you. And then Velma's like, if he presses buttons, he gets real big and he starts to float. Anyway, we
Shout
cut
out
to
to
the
all the
scene
innuendos.
outside we cut to the gang outside the mystery machine, and Shaggy's like Fred, you're the big banana. And the gang is like, Shaggy, we don't want to be part of your dumbass Sunday. And they all leave. And Scooby's like, I quit too. And then
No,
Shaggy's
friend.
like, no, man, you can't leave me like this. So we cut to like 10 years later. They're
It's
on
like
the beach.
three.
Oh, wait, actual best line is we cut to the mystery machine on the beach with smoke coming up the roof, and you just hear Shaggy giggling, going,
Ooh, cut out there for us.
Yeah, for all those people that,
yeah.
didn't have internet connection
Alright.
to Joe.
All right, wait.
Well,
no,
if
tell
they
me-
don't
tell
have
me-
internet
give me the
connection,
line,
they might
give me
actually
the line
understand
again.
him.
No, Joe, none of us heard the line, so we don't know
Hey,
what you're talking about.
Job, so what was...
Hey.
Yeah, there wasn't a lie. You just
I
interrupted
just
yourself.
got back from 2002.
How was it?
Oh my god. Okay, everyone just hold for a second. Why does my life have to suck, huh?
It's not your life. It's also my life, Joe.
Where did I leave off?
You were telling us the actual best line.
Yeah,
and
you said there was something really cool and funny.
you're gonna say something really funny, and the actual best line is.
Wait, no, my internet's going down.
Jesus
again.
Christ.
Fuck.
I was
The
so close
actual
to
best
it.
line is when Shaggy says, talk about toasted. I'm gonna go really fast now. So I'm sorry, everyone. I've let you all down. But most of all, I've let myself down. So Shaggy and Scooby get the offer to solve a mystery at Spooky Island, a theme park owned by Mr. Bean. They go, but it turns out that Mr. Bean has been collecting. He's putting together a team, you might say. Marshall, do the Avengers theme.
A space team.
Do 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 do.
Not
Do,
the
do, do,
Avengers
do, do, do.
theme.
They're not the Avengers. They're a space team.
Yeah, they're a speam.
Okay, fine. He's putting together a space team.
A speam. Race for you.
So they all go and meet creepy, kooky characters. They meet this bald guy who's all like, "Oh, it's a theme park. It's built on like holy lands of the ancients or whatever." And he's like, "And if you don't believe me, just ask my luchador friend." And he flexes.
Mucho, mucho.
And
You
then
see him on Telemundo.
It's another good line.
indeed.
Oh, and then
Oh, yeah,
Velma.
and then on the
Hold
plane,
Pause.
Shaggy
No, no, no,
definitely
no,
starts
no, 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 no,
floating.
No, pause, because we gotta listen. Velma is like the fucking worst person in the world for like 5 seconds at a theme park. Because the homeboy bald guy is like, am I scaring you to Velma? And Velma's
yeah.
like, you would be if it wasn't for the holographic projectors there and there. And I'm like, dude, you're at a theme park. Did you think he was actually casting magic? Like,
Yes.
your whole job is to prove that this shit isn't real. And then you go in there like, oh yeah, I know it's not real
I think
because of that, bitch.
Well, I think it might just be that like
She's autistic.
Velma's basically telling this guy, no, this is a hardcore grizzled Velma. She's got like an eye patch, and she's just telling this guy like, look, buddy. Yeah, she's like, look, sweetheart, I've seen it all. I see the holographic projections. If I see anything that looks like a holographic projection being used for crime, your ass is going to jail.
We need an alternate version of this movie where everything's the same up until that point. And she goes, no, because there's hologram projectors there and there. And then all of the students that are here just start rioting because they found out that the magic isn't real. And they tear down the entire theme park. They're like, no, riot!
That would actually kick ass.
now it's the Mystery Machine gang, and they're trying to stop the riots of the hundreds of people who are here. Now it's just Left 4 Dead.
Nah,
Mystery Machine gang.
Jobe was gonna tell us how Shaggy was putting the moves on Mary Jane.
Ooh,
wink,
true.
wink.
Isla Fisher.
Wait, no, we missed a good line of fucking bopping Scooby on the nose.
Hell, we missed. There's no way anyone's gonna fall for that.
was it a dumb broad?
I'm sorry to all our listeners, but if you haven't seen this one, just go watch it right now. Stop the episode and go watch it.
I could hear you're about to threaten people.
Because we're speaking nonsense right now. I'm not threatening people.
But Scooby's like barking at a cat on the plane, and Velma's like, stop. Her friend's like, Velma, it's simple psychology. To get a dog to stop, you bop him on the nose and tell him to stop. And so he goes, Scoob, and Scoob turns and he flicks him on the nose and says, stop. And then Scoob just fucking
he gives him a little right hook.
It's good.
It was a good jab.
Hey.
And then chases the cat anyway.
Don't eat the kitty.
Mr. Bean reveals that part of the issue is college kids are coming to this theme park to crush 40s and get laid, but then they leave and they're just like moral, upstanding citizens, and that's not good for business or something. Anyway, he's got the clothes and he goes, rah, 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 rah. We have a bit more shenaniganites.
We
have a bit more shenanigan. Zine. And I believe it is at this point that we see Daphne stumble across the voodoo man.
The voodoo with the sacrifice the chicken that's dead.
Yeah. So basically he's like, all right, Daphne, I've picked up your name because I read the script. Do not go to that spooky castle. And Daphne's like, oh yeah, I'm going to that castle.
No.
He also tells her purple is
the other greatest line of the movie. It's like, you want some advice? Stop wearing purple. It's a fall color. It's the middle of May.
Yeah, it's a banger.
It's really good.
The Voodoo Man's honestly the best character.
He's pretty good.
A spin-off of Voodoo Man
doing voodoo things.
Funny little Anuki beast rituals and sacrificing dead chickens. Like, I feel like part of the sacrifice is just you got to kill the chicken. You can't just buy a dead chicken.
Well, I think he killed it and he's like holding on to the energy.
No,
he
definitely bought that.
I don't know. That's probably true. Yeah, he's on an island. Where is he gonna get a chicken?
HEB.
Chickens live on islands.
Not this island. This is a theme park island.
Trace, chickens are like the cockroaches of the bird kingdom. They're like everywhere.
I don't know. What do all birds? So what dinosaurs do all birds stem from?
Your mother.
What? Ooh.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We get to the spooky castle at the top of the hill, and Daphne's like, Scooby, Shaggy, come here, you little shits, and she force feeds them cookies until they decide to go into the spooky castle. And then they get in there, and then whoops, Velma and Fred are already there solving clues and getting mysteries. And then they're like, oh, we're gonna split up gang, and then Shaggy and Scooby are like, we're gonna do our thing that we always do. Daphne's like, I can handle myself alone. And then Fred and Velma are like, we'll team up, I guess.
And then Fred says, no, dorky chicks like you turn me on too.
So shout out to the 2000s when that was a compliment, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be taken as a compliment.
No, but
in the 2000s.
Well, but he has the line right after where she's like, "Ugh, pig," and he's just like, "It was a compliment."
He's going for a compliment, but he is
an idiot, and he's a white alpha male.
Obtuse.
Sigma Fred Grindset.
Obtuse Prime.
Honestly, if Fred was in 2024, he'd definitely be like, I don't know, mewing. That's what the kids do nowadays.
Oh, God.
He'd be mewing and posting TikToks. They'd be all thirst traps, though.
Yeah.
Like, you could see it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch our TikToks.
He'd do that thing
where we're now posting thirst traps.
Yeah. I'll post a little thirst trap. Here I go.
No. Avert your eyes, viewers. What you're about to see might be considered illegal in some states. Oh my God.
Jobe is a minor.
Spooky Castle happens.
So they're in the spooky castle. Shaggy and Scooby almost get killed, but then they find themselves on a set, like a sound stage. And in the meantime, Fred and Velma find instructional videos on how to act like a moral citizen. And this is probably the best part of the movie. Because there's like, let's see the average interaction and how not to handle it. Guys at a party, and then a dude bumps into him. He's like, "Oh, sorry, bro." And the other guy is like, "I will crush your bones into dust."
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And they're like, let's see how he should have actually handled that. That's just such a weird, bizarre premise. I still don't understand how this part fits into the larger scale of the movie, if I'm being honest.
It's because they're shipping off spoilers, the college kids are actually monsters now. They're getting their souls yoinked and turned into monsters. But they're trying to ship them off over the world so that like they could be over the world and then conquer. Because you don't want to conquer from an island.
I do.
You ever play Risk and you turtle up in New Zealand? It's like Risk. That.
Let's play
you can't
Risk
really.
next.
It's hard to expand out of New Zealand, right? But you're on a little baby island.
No, you got two ports going out of New Zealand.
Not in Spooky Island. Yeah, you got jack shit, and you got a voodoo man.
Two different ways. There you go.
Yeah. So the mystery gang are like, all right, we got our information. We're gonna bounce. Wait.
Daphne gets the demonitis. Yeah, Daphne yoinks the demonitis. Demonitis. It
more like the diamond wrongest.
Monsters come in. They yoink people. Shenanigans happen.
They ensue.
They go to stop it because they realize the demonitis is going to take over the world, and they don't stop it from happening. The demonitis needs a bunch of human souls and one pure soul, and it's Scooby's soul, and he yoinks Scooby's soul and puts the demonitis, who is actually, it's Mr. Bean. He's the demonitis guy, but then something hits Mr. Bean after a moment of love and compassion, and it turns out Mr. Bean is not Mr. Bean. He's Scrappy Doo, and then Scrappy gets huge, and then more shenanigans. They beat up Scrappy Doo. Daphne fucking obliterates the luchador. A lot of the monsters die.
No.
Scrappy goes back to being little baby. What?
How do you feel as a person of Mexican descent that your icon was defeated by a white woman?
What a great reason to stop this. No, he's right. Let's break down the racial barriers. Let's end racism right here.
Now, let me put it this way, Joe.
Okay. I'm just saying, if I saw a white woman getting beaten up by a luchador, I'd probably be a little upset.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Woman? Would you consider a white woman your people's culture and icon?
I mean, Barbie was the biggest movie.
No, not Barbie. Generic white woman.
Barbie is generic white
Not
woman.
technically. There's a bunch of different Barbies, and they're all of different ethnicities and cultures.
Okay, but you know, who's the one we follow?
Wow, I'm really
All
glad
right.
you're excluding every young woman in the world because they're
Listen,
not looking like Barbie.
Mexican people love luchadors.
That they
I
do.
Personally, I love Nacho Libre.
Oh, Nacho
He's
Libre.
my
though.
icon.
How did you feel about Mucho Lucho?
That was a Cartoon Network show, right?
Yeah.
I remember watching. You know
was
those
really
things
weird.
that you watch as a kid and you don't remember anything else from that
It's
time
like a
period of
fever
your
dream.
life.
Wait. What about El Tigre?
No, I'm getting there. But like, there's like one
Oh.
instance of that time period where you just remember vividly. And there was one episode of Mucho Lucho where I remember they kept doing odd jobs, and those odd jobs where they were stealing like cats or something, like pets from the rich, and returning them for like profit to get the next upgrade of future technology, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It was like a skateboard to like a scooter to like a car to like a big old chair floating device.
Yeah.
That's all I remember about it. I don't remember if it was good.
They were all
I remember
shapeshifters.
it.
It was weird. It was a weird show. One of the guys just a flea, and I think his superpower was smelling bad.
Yes.
That's
Wasn't as
his name
good
is
as
Buckley.
Yeah,
Jake
it was
Long,
just-
American Dragon.
Oh
Now
god, American.
that
was so good.
Can we
Jobe and
say
I,
that's
well,
a good ethnic show?
I
compared
watched
to
that
Mucho
start to
Lucho?
finish, and Jobe, I think, joined me for like 8 episodes while I was watching it.
Right? Like white
Yeah,
people
no, I
had
just watched a few episodes where I was like, "Who's that white woman?" And then you
Rose.
go, "That's his girlfriend." And I was like, "Ah, they got us again."
like white people had Ben 10, right? Like that's their show, you know.
Oh.
But I feel like as Mexican people, Mucho Lucho can't be the best thing that we've had for like
No, you guys had Nacho.
Nacho
I'm
Libre's
pretty
not
sure
a
it's
show.
Mucha.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
no, it's not a
Mucha
show, but-
Lucha.
Oh,
It might be
fuck,
Mucho Lucho.
maybe. Was Generator Rex? He seems like he'd be Mexican, right?
He was. I'm not gonna comment on it because I'm a white man.
Yeah, you can't say anything, boy. I'm sorry.
Mexican
Um,
TV shows.
Now
He's
listen, guys.
He's
I
amnesiac.
get- what does that mean?
He doesn't have his memory.
Oh.
His arch enemy is a British guy? That
Yeah.
sounds like me.
That sounds like the rest
I
of the
mean-
world.
I'm pretty sure Mexico hates Britain.
His last name is Salazar, right?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but that. I mean, that still I feel like could be a couple of things.
I mean,
Like
yeah, he could be
Salazar
from
and
Ecuador.
Slytherin.
Oh, true, and he was British.
Oh, but you can be British and Mexican, I feel
That's
like.
also
both.
true.
Let's see. Come on, guys.
Could be Portuguese.
He's got
So-
Caesar Salazar as his brother. He's Hispanic. Aha!
There you go.
Half Mexican, half Argentinian. We have
Yeah,
Generator
okay.
Rex. You
There
guys
you go.
have
An
fucking Wow Wow
Generator
What's
Rex kicks ass. Ooh, what about the
Hey, we got-
the cryptids?
Hey, no one watched that, Trey. Sorry.
I loved that show. He had a weird little staff. I'm not sure what it does to this day, but like it
Anywho,
looked cool.
back on topic.
So,
Yeah.
Scooby Doo, as I was saying,
Cryptid is next.
they beat up
Anyway.
Scrappy Doo.
these the 4 grown adults and a dog, a Great Dane, all stand around a puppy and kick him to death. And then they're like, "The
Right.
mystery gang is back together."
Woohoo! Sucks so much.
Glad you came in
And
for the
then
last
we
2 sentences.
see-
For what?
I'm leaving now. I'm gone. I can tell already.
And I'll just say later on.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
I just want to watch the second one now. I'm not gonna lie. Like all I
Yeah,
want to
no,
do.
the first. I think this does a good job because we didn't really need an origin story again.
No.
I'm not saying again. We didn't need an origin story for the fucking
No, not at all. We already know
the
who they
Mystery
are.
Incorporated gang, right? Everybody knows.
Everyone knows what a mystery gang is.
Yeah, the mystery machines.
They did end up making the prequel, and it sucked. I remember
they?
that clearly. They did. did, little boy.
What was the prequel? Oh, is that the one with Robbie Amell as Freddy?
Yes.
The mystery. Oh, the mystery begins. That's right. Yeah,
the mystery begins.
And it's not. It doesn't even have Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
But you lose all points without Matthew Lillard.
It's true. Although look, Nick Palataz, you're great, but they didn't even have the other Scooby. They had Frank Welker. Who the fuck is Frank Welker?
Frank Welker is the original voice of Scooby.
Oh, who is it in this then?
I think it's Frank Welker.
No, it's not. It's Neil Fanning.
I'm pretty sure it's Neil Fanning.
Neil Fanning. He does it. He does it in both Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed. And it looks like that's. And it looks like that's it.
All I'm saying is that it's a good, fun movie. That while it has jokes for little kids, like a big old fart sequence.
Yeah,
it's got the funness that
it's
adults crave.
It's true. I would like to go on record and say I apologize, Frank Welker. I did get you guys mixed up, and that is horrible of me.
It's like the Shrek of Scooby Doo movies, you know.
That's true. That's true. I don't know if that's a good thing, but that's true.
What's the Scooby Doo of Shrek movies?
Scooby Doo.
Shrek 2.
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo 2 is the Shrek 2 of.
Yeah. Ask him what ask him what Shrek 3 is.
I wasn't asking which is the Shrek movies of Scooby Doo's. I asked which is the
Scooby Doo's. Hey, Frank Welker was in the 1986
No one cares about
Frank
Welker anymore, Trace. We've moved past it.
Maybe you have. Scooby Doo's in Transformers.
Speaking of Transformers, I think it might be time for our patented threesome break. Decepticons. So Marshall's gonna talk about the soundtrack now, guys. Who's excited about that?
Nobody. You ruined the moment. It's done. All I wanted to say for all our listeners.
So, what's your favorite part about the soundtrack, Marshall?
Oh, what is that bit where the monster scene starts? What is it like? Oh fuck!
The Man with the Hex or something. I think is the song.
Man with the power, hoodoo, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Get the power of a man! The man with the power! Get the power of voodoo!
Yes, they have a good, monster chase scene. Very Scooby-Doo-esque. They don't do the Doors thing.
I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, I don't know if I want it in this, but it is a staple.
It would have been funny to see it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, they do come up with the hijinks in a regular chase. You know, there's...
Yeah.
There's a bit where Scooby's inside a suitcase, tiptoeing across the floor. How did he hollow out the inside of a suitcase? How did he take out the bottom of the suitcase?
Hollow.
Well, get everything out of it and then take off the bottom.
He cut some holes in it, and
the monster's about to get him. He goes, let me look at your nails, and then bites all the nails off, and then puts hot sauce on the guy's tongue or whatever. Right?
What?
Right. It's the silly hijinks that you would expect
from
good. The animated one that sometimes you don't see on a lot of live action adaptations of stuff because they're we got to make it realistic. Nah, give me this silly shit and use your fancy computers to make it seem animated, but let the actors do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Who's with me?
Yeah.
Right?
I like the one song that goes you know the one?
He's not doing the words because then we'd be copyright struck.
And canceled because Jobe's appropriating cultures.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm just having eggplant burgers on the beach.
More like eggplant burger.
Yeah, you got to give it to the writers of all these Scooby-Doo shows because, Shaggy and Scooby, whenever they eat, they didn't just eat typical junk food. They were eating the most wild shit they could imagine. They ate anything and everything, right? Sorry, man. Typically, if you have the typical fat guy or junk food guy, they're always eating chips or a burger or soda. But nah, Shaggy's whipping up some fucking. What was it? Eggplant burgers with chocolate sauce. Like, who thinks of this shit? Some
Stoners.
fucked up people, you know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
really demented people.
I mean, I don't imagine that anybody writing for Scooby-Doo in this setting is sober. I just kind of assume that they're all like in a smoke sesh, and then I was like, you know, it'd be great. Let's throw some random fucking food in there.
Yeah.
All right, no one's saying no.
Actually, the great.
Push it forward.
You know what's actually the best line in the movie?
What's
when,
that?
When Fred's going over potential suspects with Mr. Bean or Dom the Various, depending on their actual orientation.
Yeah.
And he's like, and lastly, you. And Mr. Bean's like, well, me? He's like, something personal. You just creeped the hell out of me. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
And everyone's gone, and he's like, it's still the screen on him, and he's like, yeah, fine, yeah.
No, but it's man, they just do some silly things, you know,
Bean's
like
got
you
a
have the
beak on
bald guy creeping around, and then he whips his little coat back and then starts playing the piano so daintily, and you're like, that's a little silly.
Like, oh, he's up to something, this motherfucker.
No, Velma's getting drunk with that guy talking about Scrappy Doo pissing on Fred.
Pissed on
Daphne. He was marking his territory.
Oh, right. He's pissing on.
he knows. He knows that Fred is the alpha male, and so he's trying to assert himself as the alpha by pissing on his girlfriend.
And then they just leave him in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we almost did that to Jobe once when he kept pissing on me. We were driving to Taco John's, and he decided to piss on me, so we left him on
Lincoln Way. A 2-minute drive.
Yeah, it was actually longer for us to get in the car and drop Jobe off in the middle of the street and then finish the drive than would have been just to walk.
And the worst part is I know that how that usually goes. Marshall always asks Jobe before they leave, hey, do you have to go to the bathroom before we head out? And Jobe always says, no, okay.
I say, do you need to go potty?
Right,
Jobe.
Right. And Jobe always does this, not a kid, I don't need to go potty waddy. And then he goes potty waddy in the middle of the drive. Consistently.
Rat bastard.
Listen, I'll say I've done the occasional potty on a drive, but I've never waddied, okay?
I refuse to waddy. No, I just mean there's like nothing about this movie that you can criticize in good faith. Like you can say the CGI looks bad, but like, come on, this was what 40 years ago this movie came out.
I mean, I feel like the things that could be criticized is just more of like an artistic humor choice. Like when they take Daphne's glasses, clearly she doesn't hear them drop. Or Velma's glasses. Daphne takes her glasses, and Velma immediately goes to the ground and starts like feeling around on the ground as if they may have fallen, but she knows that Daphne took them. But it's funny because that's what she does in every single cartoon. Like it's always dropping like
instinctual reflex because they fall off all the time. She needs some fucking
she needs some goggles or contacts.
The reason she starts choking Fred is because it's a funny little prank. Fred will often smack her on the back of the head and so her glasses fall to the ground. That's why that.
Doesn't she wear contacts in the second one when they
when they make her all
sexy.wav?
Whoa, I thought she was sexy before, but
when she tries to prank Seth Green.
Yeah, isn't something weird with Seth Green? Isn't that like a
it's
a thing?
What? What?
What about you said yes? So I was waiting for you to finish.
About Seth Green? What was it? I thought you asked, is it Seth Green?
No, wasn't there like something weird with him, or is he just?
Well, yeah, he's just a weird guy.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Do you want me to look up Seth Green controversies?
I remember. I know you and Brownie and maybe Jobe would talk about Seth Green all the time. Like you guys had like a burning passion for the man.
What are you talking about?
I don't know much about Seth Green other than he's in Austin Powers.
In Trace's apartment. We're playing speedrunners. I'm winning per usual. I've got about 14 beers in me. You guys just talking about Seth Green as I beat up Jobe.
I mean, I think the closest I can think of is the one time Trace accidentally did the perfect Chris Griffin impression.
Yes, that may have been that day, and I haven't been able to replicate it.
He's perfected it since then.
And Jobe keeps fucking asking me. Nope.
Trace, would
No,
you please,
no.
for
No,
the
I
listeners
won't.
at home,
Nope.
Trace,
Nope.
Trace, the episode doesn't end until you do it.
Norp.
That was terrible.
Oh, that was my attempt. Yep. So we can move on now.
No, you have to do the perfect one.
Nope. I can't.
God.
It's impossible. Seth Green cannot be
Just say-
replicated.
Just say, I made a shoebox diarrhea.
I made a shoebox diarrhea.
No, but you gotta say it like Chris.
I made a shoebox diarrhea.
That's so bad.
Do you know he's 50
get
years old?
better.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do it.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get it.
What?
I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing it. I currently have my hand on it.
It's cock.
Hey, oh no, wait, no, they're right here. Hands are right here. Hands are right here.
Madison's gonna cut out like 50%.
That's fine, Madison. You can cut out as
Madison
much as
should
you want.
honestly just delete this channel.
If we woke up one day and it was deleted, just well.
Well,
So
that's
it
just how it
is.
goes sometimes.
So no, I mean,
So,
I think they nailed the Scooby Doo aesthetic without making it too obnoxious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well,
like
because
Scooby Doo,
they tailor it
like
to young adults too, though. Which
it's
I
like
think
a
is good move.
realistic setting.
Yeah.
For the most part, right? They're in like Detroit or some shit like that.
I know I am.
But
they're
like,
on Spooky Island.
No, he's
like,
talking about the beginning.
and they're like the regular show, like
Oh,
not the
that.
regular show, like the actual like cartoon.
They're
like,
in.
They're just driving around.
right, like they're not like super fantastical, but it always sounded like they had like
Coolsville.
a certain, I don't know, style to it, right? Like how the cartoons were and how
Yeah.
people were named and how everyone acted. But like it just kind of felt like you're watching like a special, you know,
A movie.
Like it's a movie, but it is just Scooby Doo. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just Scooby Doo live action.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I think what works for me is like if you take away Scooby Doo, like at the end of the day, you still just have a really funny, decent like. It's a comedy mystery thriller
Yeah.
horror movie.
Oh.
Uh,
It does have the horror tag.
But yeah, just to say, like, it's not a movie where they built it up around Scooby Doo. They just made a funny movie that also happens to be a really good Scooby Doo movie.
It would have been fine if it was a regular, like it wasn't Scooby Doo, but with the Scooby Doo added in, it adds to it. And I think a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, comparing it to like a lot of other live action stuff or adaptations, it's like a lot of them when they fail and they do really bad is they do one or the other. Like you're like, okay, this is a perfect representation of the characters in the show or in the book or whatever, right? But on the other hand, it's a shit plot. Or it's a good plot, but the characters are just there for they don't add anything from being the characters that we know and love, right?
Right. Like the myths.
I can't think of a single example, but they're there.
I'm sure your point still. Or I'm sorry, I'm too far.
Yeah.
I'm sure your point still stands.
Let's
Right?
all
I
just
feel
get
like
away
it
from
does.
mics.
Let's
Yeah.
all go on vacation.
I would love vacation. Let's go to Colorado.
Nah, I don't want to get altitude sickness.
Oh,
Hey,
good
you know,
point,
I
good point.
finally finished unpacking.
No, you didn't. Shut up. It's been 3 months.
And the last
I,
3 years didn't count because
I had a backpack that still had my Switch in it, and I finally pulled the Switch out,
Jesus
and the
Christ.
dock, and the charger, and the HDMI cable, and my water bottle, and my 2 hats, and my book.
Dude, that's Colorado
Marshall,
water.
Marshall, you're supposed to say, "I finally unpacked the
Hold
last
on, hold
box." Now
Say
it's
it,
official.
Job. Say it, Job.
Okay. And the last 3 years didn't count because
I finally finished unpacking the last box.
nope.
Now it's official.
Nope. I see what you're trying to do, but you fucked it up.
So Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo is a
Sorry,
10
what?
out of 10, and I will take no quarters.
I will take anyone to the grave.
Let me go take a look here. Let me.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and take a look. Take a look.
Stop. For those who are just listening, I am full on tears falling down my face, knees clacking together, and just like, please don't.
Okay, I'm opening up my Excel sheet that's titled Scores Version 1, Version 1, Version 1, Version
What?
1.
Stop! Just
What's happening right now? What the fuck is going on?
do you save as a new file every time?
No, would it like sometimes like I forget to save it and it'll like
What?
crack or like I'll turn off my computer
It'll
off.
crack.
So it'll be like auto recover. Would you like to save a new version? Yes.
The screen.
So
cracks
anyway,
leak out.
we're also
So-
missing the actual best line in the movie, which is when they call the Coast Guard.
Oh,
And we still cannot, to this day, find out why that's in the movie in that capacity.
that's funny.
It is, but it doesn't make any sense.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's.
Yeah. Hey,
We're gonna recreate it. First try. Perfect.
our friends were kidnapped on Spooky Island.
All right. We'll have someone over there to take a look right away.
Thank you.
Their friends have been kidnapped.
Yeah, so with that, I give
So stupid. Wow.
Scooby Doo.
No. We can't do this. We're only 50 minutes in. We want this to be a short episode. It's our first 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. We want this to be short.
Marshall is about to hit it with that 7.82.
No. If Marshall does
It's
that, I'll
actually
riot.
worse than Vivarium. It doesn't.
Okay. I know we joke a lot, but this is Scooby Doo. This is Scooby Doo live action 2002. We're not joking about this being worse than Vivarium. Absolutely not.
Here's the question I have to ask you, Trace.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this man versus man?
Well, okay, I feel like we're gonna get into this again
dog.
because there's a lot of different things here. It's man versus man, and it's technically also man versus supernatural because these are supernatural creatures.
Yeah, but who's the antagonist here?
The antagonist is
It's
a dog, so
Scrappy.
that technically would be man versus nature,
But
or
who's
man
the
versus
protagonist?
beast, rather.
It's Scooby.
So it's beast versus
just
beast.
nature
These
versus
are all-
nature.
versus man.
Okay, but the main character is the whole mystery machine gang, because I guess that's what we're calling them now.
It's robots.
It's life.
Robots
Life
in
is
the sky.
Roblox. I'm just saying, there's gonna
So
be
if we take out
multiple
the fact
conflicts in
that
here.
man versus supernatural doesn't exist. It has to be man versus man, right?
Okay, I feel like we're getting on a topic of we think that the conflict is only between the main antagonist and the main protagonist, and it's just not true.
I mean, it just is.
It's just not. There's multiple
What's the-
conflicts going on throughout the story.
Yeah, what's the main one? What's the big cheese?
It doesn't
What's-
matter what the main one is. There's a bunch of different ones throughout the entire film. To say that it's
Okay.
one thing and not the others is a
I'm not
biased
saying it's
argument.
one thing, but not the others. I'm saying what's the main one?
The main one would probably be Beast versus Beast.
I mean,
Because it's dog on dog.
Dog.
Yeah,
but like they're pretty much humans.
they're not.
just man
They're
versus
not. They're just not.
It's man versus God. But
You know how I know that it's not. They're not humans, because if Freddy fucks Daphne,
No.
everybody's fine with
No.
it. If Scooby
Stop it.
fucks Daphne, we have a problem.
Yeah, but how many dogs do you know that can speak actual
That's true.
words?
Scooby Doo can consent.
Look,
I mean, I was talking about Scrappy.
I-
Like he has better vocabulary than Scooby.
well, he's educated.
he's a human.
No,
He walks upright on 2 feet.
okay. So do kangaroos,
And he has no feathers.
monkeys.
This is a man.
All right, look, I'm not doing this. You're trying to get me riled up by doing a stupid narrative, thinking that dogs who talk are humans inherently. This ain't ancient Greece. I'm not gonna go shave my dog and force her to stand on 2 legs.
I'm not saying you have to shave your dog.
I'll do it.
It's
I'm gonna do it.
featherless.
I'm doing
It's a
it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
See, I love when Trey says you're not gonna get me riled up, like he isn't already riled
Well,
up.
because I was gonna not get riled up, but then I figured that's not as funny. So I'm gonna do the bit where I say I'm not gonna get riled up, and then I'm gonna get worse. I was almost belligerent, but then he interrupted me, thankfully.
You're welcome. Hey, this one's for the people.
This shout out to people. Even
It's like
the ones who are dogs.
Do you think if this one's for
Yes.
the group?
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Trace answered.
What?
Do you think Scooby Doo could have solved the O.J. Simpson murder?
Oh yeah.
Not Scooby.
Scooby wouldn't. Well, Scooby would on accident.
See,
Scooby and Shaggy would do it on
The
accident.
group.
The group, yes.
Okay.
But
See, what would happen is Scooby and Shaggy would be like running away from OJ, like trying to get his glove back, and then they would like slide into the courtroom in a bundle, and then OJ would come up and be like, head back there, and his hand would be in the glove, and the courtroom would go,
No, and then they
Well,
rip OJ's face off to
Oh my
reveal
God.
that it was in fact Mr. Bean.
Oh,
It was
God.
actually Old Man Smithers the whole time.
Well, I feel like
Wait, is that
Fred.
blackface then?
No,
this
no,
Old
no,
Man
it's not. It's a
Smithers
mask.
is
It's a mask.
Mixed.
It's a man in a mask. Sure.
And then they
No,
rip off
because-
Old Man Smithers and it's Pamela Anderson.
Velma would. That's still.
Ooh.
I feel like it's still. Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
it's better
Velma would
'cause
have a
she's
plan.
hot.
Velma would have a plan to catch OJ. It would
Velma
fail.
always has a plan to
Part of
catch
her
OJ.
plan would entail Fred making a trap, which would probably be in this case a large glove, like that they trap him in for some reason because
Oh,
Fred
yeah.
wants it to be thematic. And then Daphne's probably the one who gets killed. And then
So-
then they stumble in that big cloud of fists and paw and stuff into the courtroom.
Do you think that they would have titled the plan something alphabetic wise? Now, follow up.
Maybe.
So like
Alphabetic wise, what does that mean?
like
Oh,
plan A,
J.
plan B. But would they have called it it wouldn't
okay.
be plan O, it'd have to be plan OJ, right?
It would be
Like, I feel
plan.
like
It would be plan O, and then the parentheses J.
that's not good.
No, it's funny.
Just for that
Right.
Trace, I give it a 1.
Oh, you
I'm
can't.
kidding.
You can't.
I'm
This
kidding.
isn't even
I'm
my
kidding.
movie.
I think we filled enough time. Marshall, what do you or wait, Trace? Wait,
Hi.
who goes second usually?
What? You go first, and you haven't gone yet.
I just gave my score.
No, you didn't.
That didn't count. Do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
baby.
Great. Now my toothpick fell. I found it. Never mind. One sec.
Ah, great.
I
Yeah,
give it
like-
a 10 as well.
Wait, what?
As a horror movie, I give it a 0. But as a movie, I give it a 10.
I was pretty scared. Did you when Mr. Bean
Okay,
did
I
a
give it a
little
5
roar,
as a
I
horror movie.
freaked the fuck out.
Trace, did you give it a 10 yet?
Oh yeah, I give it a 10. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Perfect movie.
No, listen.
Not
no
one
one
bad
say
thing.
anything. No one say anything. So, this is the end of
What's
the
up next,
podcast.
Marshall?
Wasn't my fault. Didn't do
You
it.
can follow us anywhere. You listen to podcasts. We're on everything pretty much. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. We try to make funny posts on there sometimes every now and then when we remember every occasion once in a blue moon. Next week, we will be watching. I have to continue the trend. I feel like we have to watch Scooby-Doo 2 next week. Monsters Unleashed, of course.
Like sponsors
So
and speech.
if you want to follow along and watch that before next week, you can. And then you can be like, wow, I know what these guys are talking about.
Yeah,
or if
read
you've
it,
seen it,
watch it.
get a refresher. Go on. It's fine. If you have recommendations, leave them down in the comments below or send an email to scarebyScare@gmail.com. So we loved having you here today. Thanks for listening. And y'all have a good day now. Bye-bye. Wave to the camera. You have to say you're waving. They can't see you.
I'm waving to the
Um,
camera. Oh, we'll do that.
wait,
We'll do like the narrative of like what people are doing. So like I'd be like, Jobe is holding a hook in his hand while he's staring at the camera longingly
Just
and
fucking
not
end
waving.
it, Trace.
I mean, auto descriptors aren't usually that in depth.
No, I was
Wait,
just thinking about it because I
did you-
accidentally turned it on in the middle of the movie and then I heard they go to the Voodoo Man and I went, ah!
Ah, the Voodoo Man.